Okay, question number 1. So we have point 1.4, we have slope. We need to write an equation for the line that runs from this point 1,4 and slope is -5. Okay, so we are going to use y is equal mx plus b. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we write down this is my x, this is my y. So my y is 4, therefore I'm writing down 4 equal m is -5 and my x is 1 times x plus b. So I need to find this b. So 4 is equal -5 plus b. So moving -5 on this side, I get 4 plus 5 is equal b, and my b is equal 9. Okay, I have m, I have b. So my equation is going to be y is equal -5 times x and then plus 9. Okay, but it's asking to write down in the standard form. All right, to write when it says standard form, that means x and y have to be on one side and available term on the other side, which means once I move -5x on this side, I will get y plus 5x is equal 9. And that's going to be standard form. Next question. Write an equation for the line that passes through points -11, 12. We need to write down equation for the line that going through this point and whose slope is undefined. Remember, slope is undefined, which means graph is running what? Vertically, correct? That's when slope is undefined. So when graph is running vertically, let's see. Let's say graph is running vertically, yes? Because slope is undefined. So what do we need? We need this point of x, correct? To draw the vertical line from this point x. So how much is my x? This is my x, this is my y. My x is -11. Therefore, the graph is going to run if this is my x, this is my y. So graph is going to go, if this is -11, so the graph is going to go through -11, yes? Use your imagination, it's supposed to be a parallel line. Vertical line, rather saying. Okay, let me use this version to draw the straight line. Okay. This is -11. So, which means my graph is gonna work as x is equal -11, the value of x. Okay, question number 3. Write an equation of the line through point 4 and -14. Having slope 0. So what will be our equation? Okay, so when do we have slope is equal 0? Remember? When our slope is 0, then the graph is running parallel. Yes? Slope is 0. Okay, so which means this point is a point of y, correct? Where is my y? Xy, y is negative 14, which means this point is going to be negative 14. And the graph, the equation for the graph is going to look like y is equal negative 14. Question number 4. Write an equation of the line passes through points negative 1 and 5 and 2 and 6. 2 points now. And 2 and 6. And we need to find the, write down the equation that passes, that represent the line that goes through these 2 points. And it has to be in the standard form. Okay, so we need to find out the equation for these for the line that goes through this point. We need to find m, that is equal question mark, and we need to find out, we need to know b. Okay, so m is equal y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1, x1 y1, x2 y2. Okay, so m is equal 6 minus 5, 2 minus negative 1. That is equal 1. 2 minus negative 1 will be 2 plus 1. It's going to be 3. 1/3. Okay, next, to find b, what we're going to do? We're going to use exactly this same method we used here on number 1, right? Slope and 1 point. So I'm going to pick, since we have 2 points, you can pick any point you want. I'm picking second one because I like positive numbers better. That's all. There is no other reason. So we are going to use the format y is equal mx plus b. Okay, my y is 6, m is 1/3, times x is 2, and plus b. I use this 6 and 2. Okay, so what do I get? 6 is equal 1/3 times 2. 1/3 times 2 is equal 1/3 times 2 over 1. So it's going to be 1 times 2, which is going to be 2, and in the denominator will stay only 3. Okay, and plus b. Okay, so b is going to be equal, so move 2/3 here, it's going to be equal 6 minus 2/3. So 6 minus 2/3, I'm going to subtract. I'm going to borrow 1 from this 6, which is going to be 5, and 3/3. Go to basic math and open addition and subtraction of fraction. You will find here 5 and 3/3 minus 2/3. So it's going to be 5 and 1/3. Okay. So b is equal 5 and 1/3, or write down in the format of improper fraction. 5 times 3 is 15, and 1 will be 16 over 3. Okay, so we have m, we have b. So my equation is going to look y is equal, m is 1/3 times x, and plus 16 over 3. Okay, let's bring to common denominator. So what do we have? 3 and 3, so common denominator 3, which means here we divide by 3, multiply by 3, right? And I can drop this denominator everywhere I have 3. So I will have 3y. Why am I doing this? Because they want write down in the standard format. And standard format is when I move x and y on one side. And from here, 3y minus x is equal 16. And this is going to be your answer. All right. Next. Question number 5. So, we need to write the equation for the vertical line that goes through -4 and 8. So, when it says vertical line and point, when we have vertical line, that means slope is undefined, remember? It's not given, but it says vertical line, that means it is undefined. Slope is undefined, correct? Okay. So, we need to find the equation. All right. So, as we know, when we have slope undefined, then graph is going vertically, correct? Okay. When graph is going vertically, then we need to figure out how much the x is. So slope is at the undefined. The graph has to go vertically, and for vertical line we are using x, right? Value of x. My value of x is equal -4, correct? Because this is x, this is y. So -4. If I say this is -4, then my graph will go down, and the equation is going to be -4. X is equal -4. Moving to question number 6. Write an equation for the horizontal line that goes through point 9 and 5. And if it's going through horizontal line, that means slope is equal 0. When slope is equal 0, then we have horizontal line. For horizontal line, we're going to need the value of y, correct? Because this is value of y. And this is my y, this is my x. So the equation going to be y is equal 5. And accordingly, the graph is going to be like this, because y is equal 5. Number 7. Write an equation for the line described. Give the answer in slope-intercept form. Okay, we are given the b is equal 8, m is equal 6. We are given b, we are given slope. We need to write equation. Couldn't be anything easier. Y is equal mx plus b. So which means y is equal Instead of m, I plug 6, x, and b is 8. That's all. Question number 8. Actually, since I have space here, let me write down here. So, find the slope and y-intercept of the line, of the given line. Okay. We are given graph. So one point is 1 and 3. This is 1 and negative 3. 1 is this point. And the other one is negative 5. Let's say this is negative 5. So the graph, it goes like this. Okay? So we need to find slope and we need to find y-intercept. Y-intercept is the b. Okay, so how we need to find slope? I have very easy. I have 2 points. One point is 1, negative 3, and the other point is 0, negative 5. Yes, this point. This is negative 5, I said. Okay, then m is going to be equal. So again, x1, y1, x2, y2. So we need to do y2 minus y1, which is negative 5 minus negative 3, and x2 minus x1, which is 0 minus 1. So m is going to be equal negative 5 plus 3, and it denominator is negative 1. And it's equal negative 2 over negative 1, because negative 5 plus 3 is negative 2, and over negative 1, so answer is going to be 2. Slope is going to be 2. And indeed, if you look at the graph, it's increasing, right? Growing, which means m has to be positive. Okay. So for y-intercept, it's a y-intercept, that's your b. B meaning when it's the free term, which means available term, which means y-intercept. That's a point that crosses y. Here it is. And y-intercept, it's going to be 0, negative 5. All right. So we are done. Now let's build the graph also. Once we have 2 and negative 5, then the equation also is going to be equal 2x minus 5. And we can build the graph also. Yeah, I already started with the graph. Actually, I messed up. Was given this. And we need to find out from here m intercept and then build the graph. But we, from equation, how we can find out this available term is a y-intercept. Coefficient of x is your m, which we found out also. We just found out through the graph. But this one would be easier if equation is given, which is given. And then you build the graph, so you have these 2 points. You start with y-intercept, negative 5. And then since m is 2, which means 2 over 1, so you go by 2, 1 and 2, you come by to negative 3. And then since denominator 1, you go by 1, and you end up with this point. Okay, and you build out like that your graph. Okay, question number 9. What do we have with question number 9? Find slope and y-intercept of the equation 2x minus 5 minus y is equal 5. Okay, we need to find slope and intercept. Now, it's practically same thing as we did with number 8. So once I do this number 9, you will know already how to do number 8. Exactly same way, because here I did a little bit backwards. Okay, 2x minus y. We need to find out y first thing. Negative y is equal, this 2x moving here will be negative 2x plus 5. And we divide by negative 1 to get rid of negative. Negative 1, negative 1. And my graph is equal, the equation is equal, y is equal positive 2x minus 5. Okay? It looks like same thing as we have here, which means negative 5, it's going to be y-intercept. And this is our slope is equal 2. Okay, well, I got the same question here. And we are building the graph. So y is equal negative 5. Here is negative 5. This is 1 point. And I have to use slope 2, which means 2 over 1. So let's go up by 2. 1 and 2. We came to 3. And then positive 1. This is 1. And here is that's our point. There we go. Question number 10. We have 3y is equal negative 8x. Very interesting. Let's find out. So y is equal, to find y, we need to divide by 3 here, by 3 here. And this is gone, and my y is equal negative 8 over 3x. Okay, how much is slope? Slope is going to be negative 8 over 3. And how much will be y-intercept? Y-intercept, since nothing in there, that means it's going to be 0, 0, y-intercept. And to graph, so 0, 0 right here. And graph is negative 8 over 3. Let me go. So since you have negative 8 over 3, you can represent, go down negative and then positive 3. Or you can go up positive and then negative 3. Either way. So I'm going to take down or up. Okay, I'll go up. I'll take this one. I go up. Let's say this is my 8. I'm starting from 0 plus 8 come 8 and then negative 3. 1, 2, 3, let's say. So this is going to be my point. And the graph is going to be equal to this one. There we go. And this is our graph. All right, I have 2 more questions. And I will be done. Write an equation, slope-intercept form, and the next standard form for the line passing through negative 1 and 6 and pass parallel to x plus 3y equal 5. Okay, so what we're gonna do first, we need to find y from here. So 3y is equal negative x plus 5, and we divide by 3. And we get y is equal negative 1/3 of x plus 5 over 3. Okay, so how much is our slope here? Our slope is going to be negative 1/3. Yes? Okay. So since it's asking build the graph for parallel line, find the equation of the line in the parallel. So then for parallel line, slope is going to be the same. Yes? Which means I'm going to take one of the points of this negative 1 and 6 point, and then the same slope, and let's see what's going to happen. Okay, so and I'm going to use, for that I'm going to use format y minus y1 equal m times x minus x1. This formula is coming from definition of slope. M is equal y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. You bring to common denominator, which is going to be here, x2 minus x1 here also. x2 minus x1 denominator. You drop this and get the same thing. That's what we have, y2 minus y1. And then m times x2 minus x1. Here we go. Since we have only one point, so we don't put x1, x2. All we do, we just put x minus x1. All right, so what do we get? Y minus my y1. This is my y1, this is my x1. So y minus y1 is 6 equal my m, we said it's negative 1/3 because it's a parallel line, and x minus x1 is negative 1. Okay, let's see what we get. So y minus 6 is equal negative 1/3 x. So since here we have negative and negative, it will be x plus 1, so it's here will be plus 1. So negative 1/3 times positive 1, it's going to be minus 1/3, right? Okay, let me move this negative 6 on this side. I will get y is equal negative 1/3 of x plus 6 minus 1/3. So 6 minus 1/3 is equal 5, 3 over 3 minus 1/3. What I'm doing, I'm borrowing from 6.1. I will put that the link, okay, if you want to know how to do it. Instead of 6, I'm putting by 1 less, and that 1 I kept. I represent as 1 using this denominator, because subtraction with the same denominator is easier. And that will be equal 5 and 2 over 3. Okay, so y equal negative 1/3 of x, and 5 and 2 over 3 fraction will be 5 times 3 is 15, plus 2 will be 17, plus 17 over 3. And that will be practically the answer. So instead of negative 1/3, let me write down y is equal negative x over 3. Because 1/3 times x, it's same thing, we put over 1, x over 1. And therefore, it's going to be 1 times x over 3 times 1. So x over 3. Negative x over 3 plus 17 over 3. Okay? That is going to be our equation, running parallel to equation we have here, x plus 3y equal 5. And the next question, now the equation of the line, write down in the standard form. Standard form is when x and y are on the one side. Okay, once we have y is equal negative x over 3 plus 17 over 3, common denominator is 3, which means Here we divide by 3. And here multiply by 3 because denominator is 3. So since I have across the equation 3, 3, 3, I can drop it. And I will end up with 3y equal negative x plus 17. So standard form, it's when x and y on the same side, moving this x on this side, and I'm getting 3y plus x is equal 17. And that's it. So this will be standard form. And very last question. Actually, ten, 11. Okay. Number 12. We're going to do the same thing. So we have a point 1 over 1 and 8. And we have in the line, equation of the line that goes through point 1 over 8. And it's going to be at the perpendicular to 3x plus 7y equal 1. We need to find out equation that goes through point 1 over 8 and perpendicular to the line 3x plus 7y equal 1. So we need to write down in the slope-intercept format and then in standard form. So first of all, step number 1, we are going to find out how much the y is from here. So 7y is equal negative 3x plus 1. Okay, we divide by 7. Here, divide by 7. We get y is equal negative 3 over 7 x plus 1 over 7. All right. So since our slope here is negative 3 over 7, and because the line is going to run perpendicular, then slope is going to be reciprocal, right? Which means it's going to be, instead of 3 over 7, 7 over 3, and it was negative, will be positive. Okay, so next what we're going to do, same way, I'm going to use y minus y1 is equal m times x minus x1. Okay, so this is my x1, this is my y1. All right, so y minus y1 is 8 equal m. I'm going to slope, I'm going to use 7 over 3 times x minus x1 is 1. All right, let's solve it. Y minus 8 is equal, I'm distributing, right? 7 over 3x minus 7 over 3. So from here, y is equal 7 over 3x plus 8 minus 7 over 3. All right? So what do we have? 8 minus 7 over 3, which means minus 7 over 3. 7 over 3 is equal, same thing. 7, it's a mixed fraction. 7 divided by 3 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. Remainder is 1. 7 minus 6 is 1. And 3 at the bottom. So 8 minus 2 and 1/3. So I'm representing, instead of 8, I'm writing down 7 and 6 over 6, because the denominator is 6, therefore I am representing as a 6 over 6. And then minus 2 and 1/6. So that's going to be equal, 7 minus 2 is 5. 6 minus 1 in numerator, 6 minus 1, it's going to be 5 over 6. All right. So 5 and 5 over 6, if I convert into improper fraction, it's going to be 5 times 6 is 30. 30 plus 5 is 35 over 6. Which means I am having here y is equal 7 over 3x plus 35 over 6. Okay, so this is going to be our the slope intercept. Let me see, did I do it right? I think I did somewhere some mistake. Let me double check. So minus 8, I don't like these numbers. So I have points 1 and 8 and 3x plus 7y equal 1. Okay, let me go over one more time. 7y is equal negative 3x plus 1 divided by 7, negative 3 over 7 plus 1 over 7. Okay, this is also correct. 1 over 7. Okay, slope is equal negative 7, positive 7 over 3. That is also correct. Okay, so then we are plugging this slope and this point here. So y minus 8 equals 7 over 3 minus x1 is 1. Okay, once I distribute 7 over 3x minus 7 over 3. Okay, so moving this 8 on this side, it's going to be positive 8 minus 7 over 3. Oh, here is mistake. 7 over 3. So how I got 1 over 6 here? It should be same denominator 3. Okay. I wrote down 2 and 1 over 3. Convert it into mixed fraction. But by some reason put 2 and 1, 6. Okay. I was sensing I'm doing something wrong. Okay. Because it's 35 over 6. Alright, so it's going to be minus 2 and 1/3, which means here I will have 7 and 3 over 3 minus 2 and 1/3. I'm using same denominator, and I will get 5 and 2/3. So 5 times 3 is 15. 15 plus 2, it will be 17 over 3. Alright, so let me clean this. It's going to be 7 over 3x plus 17 over 3. Okay, so this is slope and the slope intercept form, because it shows here slope and it shows here intercept. And now let's write down in the form of standard form. So we have 3 and 3 denominator, which means here also divide 3 and 3. Okay. Let me rewrite, because this is also answer. This is our one answer, slope format. I can write again. Y is equal 7 over 3x plus 17 over 3. So bringing to common denominator, 3 and 3. Here also will be 3 and 3. So I have 3 everywhere. I'm dropping this 3. And I will get 3y is equal 7x plus 17. All I need to do, x and y put in one spot. Moving here, I get 3y plus minus, I'm sorry, I'm moving, minus 7x is equal 17. That's it. And that will be your answer. Or if you move 3y on this side, let me write down. If this form it won't take, let me work out this way. Maybe this form will take, because it's a software, we never know. So instead of moving 7x here, I'm moving 3y on this side and 17 on this side. So it's going to be 7x minus 3y, and it's equal negative 17. Because once you move on this side, 17 become negative. Once you move 3y on this side, 3y become negative. So you have 3 attempts for correct answer. If this form won't take, write down this way. Those are equal to each other. It's the same equation. But you know, it's a software. You never know how it will take it, which one will take it. If it's not programmed smart, then it will take only one form. If it's programmed not smart, then you have to write down either one or another and see which one will take. But since you have 3 attempts, you can try both of them. Okay, see you at the next video.